The minority in Parliament has kicked against the introduction of a new levy known as the cylinder recirculation margin on the LPG price build-up by the National Petroleum Authority. The downstream regulator last Wednesday directed industry marketers to start charging 13.5 pesos on each kilogram of LPG effective April 1. But speaking to parliamentary correspondent Joseph Opoku-Gapo, minority spokesperson on energy Adams Mutawakilu described the action as insensitive, especially at a time when Ghanaians are bearing the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Gas. And this government yesterday imposed 13.5 Ghana pesos per every kilogram of LPG in this country. As if they are not satisfied, they went ahead and revised fuel, what we call the fuel markup margin, increase it by 50% from 3 Ghana pesos per liter to 4.5 Ghana pesos per liter. This is so clear that this government is pretending to love the people of Ghana, but actually they don't have us at heart.
So for you, these margins will negatively impact people, you would say? Some say they are virtually minimal.
You are not talking of, we are talking per liter, and we are talking per kilogram. We are not talking in terms of one volume being this. We are talking the more, if you consume 2 kilograms, you are paying 27 pesos. If you go in for 5, you are paying over 60 pesos. And every peso counts. 2, you are not going to consume it once and for all. You will continue to consume it. So this is not the right time.
So for you, in the light of COVID-19, increases shouldn't have happened, or probably the other way around.
This is not the time to introduce an increase, because they are introducing new taxes on us during this hardship of COVID-19. And that I'm saying that this is a government that is heartless. It doesn't have the people at heart, because this is the time people are losing income, because most of the Ghanaians are daily income earners. And therefore, as a result of this COVID-19, they don't go out. They stay more at home, but they will continue to cook. And we are talking of climate change. Climate change means use more of LPG than going for the wood, cutting down of trees. So this government, I'll file an urgent question to first of all know the process that National Petroleum Authority has gone through to imposing additional burden on Ghanaians.
You think it's an illegal process in terms of how those additional margins came about?
My checks indicate that they have not followed due process. That is why I'm bringing them. 2, looking at the time. The critical thing is the time. This is the time Ghanaians cannot afford what even they used to afford originally. Now we are imposing more on them. I think this is not the best time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Why is Parliament not sitting?
Oh, you all know, you are here. You know, I gave a warning that in terms of this COVID-19, President Nana Akufo-Addo should ensure that we have constant and reliable power supply. But the more I said it, the more President Nana Akufo-Addo want to prove to us that he cannot. Hacho had lights off. Many other areas in Accra had light off. So he decided to visit us in Parliament, where I held a press conference to let us know that he doesn't care. And that is why we are in what we are today, because Parliament cannot sit because there is light off. Meanwhile, we have in place enough installed capacity.
Meanwhile, the LPG Marketers Association has registered its opposition to the introduction of the new levy by the NPA. For some time now, the association has been at the forefront of an advocacy appealing to government to remove or reduce taxes in the LPG price build-up to help reduce the burden on consumers. In a release, the LPG Marketers Association has asked the NPA to, as a matter of urgency, withdraw the new levy and further engage stakeholders on the best way forward. All right, so that's exactly what the release says, and it's being shown on the screens. I want to stay on this a little further.